Victory Garden 2021 update, our successes and failures. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank all my old subscribers and welcome my new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. 2021 Victory Garden. So it's been exactly 2 weeks since we fully planted the garden. We planted some things early like beets, radishes, carrots, and onions, and a couple of other things, potatoes, just to get them started, just to get things rolling. When it was still a little bit on the cold side, and I want to say cold side, I'm going to say really cold, like in the 40s, dipping in the 30s. But we got it fully planted around the end of May, the 1st of June, and now here it is, June 15th, and we are 2 weeks later, and some of the things have just taken off, other things are just taking their time, and here is a preview 2 weeks later. So first up, the flowers I planted are doing pretty good. The garlic is doing okay. And this is the patch of radishes and carrots. I really need to harvest those and get them fermented up. There is beets on the side of there that I also need to pull up and get fermented. And here is my patch of leeks that I've actually replanted twice. And still nothing is happening with these this year. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, here is some onions, and yes, I know I need to weed again. I've been weeding my life away, and they just come back so furiously. It's like crazy. But here's the onions. There's some mixed in there with the weeds, and we'll just keep going the way we've been going. And then next up, I have some flowers, some marigolds, and different things. And then the peppers. The peppers are doing pretty good, surprisingly, because when we first put them in, it was like 2 weeks of great weather, and then we got a cold snap, which was crazy because it was like the end of June, and we were getting cold nights of 40s or so. But these ones were well established before we put them in the ground, and they've flourished, and hopefully we'll be getting some peppers on them fairly soon here. There's some flowers coming up on them, so hopefully, cross your fingers, we'll be getting some peppers really soon. They're in a sunny spot, they get good watering, so hopefully we'll get some in the not too distant future. Here are our tomatoes. The ones here by my makeshift modern day scarecrow were all bitten up. Something was eating on them, and they have bounced back now. This is probably about the size they were when I first put them in the ground, so they're doing really good. Here is my little okra patch. That's doing pretty good. Had to plant it a second time, but now it's come up, and hopefully we'll get some okras out of this. Here is my mint. Now my mint has already been harvested, and here it is coming back again. This little thing comes back year after year after year. Here are my elderberry plants. They're still in pots because we are moving soon, hopefully to an off-grid property, if we can get that together, and I'll plant these into the ground. That's why they're still in pots. Here is my little medicinal pot, I call it. There's borage in the front, and in the back was wormwood. I've harvested that, dried it out, and I'm gonna make some salve out of it. I'm keeping the borage here because I want to harvest those flowers again to infuse some oil and make some salve out of it. So that's why I'm keeping those. So in the back here, there were those little Mexican cucumbers. As you can see, nothing's happening with those. I've planted them twice and still nothing's happening. And I don't know what to do with those. These are my regular cucumbers. They come in year after year after year. I've had no problems growing those, so we will be eating on those, I guess. So over into the main garden we go. Another thing that seems to be growing as fast as the weeds, the grass. I seems like I cut it every week, and it just keeps growing and growing. So these have definitely taken off from what they were before. On the right hand side here, we have butternut squash in the front that's growing really well. And we have a little bit of problem with it, but hopefully I nipped it in the bud. We'll see as time goes on. So in the back we have spaghetti squash, and I planted some flowers. They're not doing so well in these pots, but it'll be okay. In the front here I have honeydew melon and apparently watermelon and cucumbers. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but that's the way it happened. All three of them in one pot. Hopefully they'll be okay. They seem to be thriving, so we'll leave them and let them be. In the back here, I have all watermelons, so hopefully these take off. I mean, I'm a watermelon eater. I'm not worried about the rest of the family. If I can get some watermelons this summer, I'll be good. And again, I planted some flowers. They're doing okay on this side. On the other side, not so much. But we'll see. I planted them to bring in the insects like the bees and stuff to help pollinate the flowers. So hopefully that'll work in my favor. So over here on the main garden is what I call it. You will see things are starting to really take off. We have over against the fence, there's our corn. And what do they say? Knee high by July. And this is already more than knee high. So we'll see how this comes along. And then next to it, we have zucchini, which isn't doing anything. I have spinach, which I also need to harvest. There is some Swiss chard in here mixed in. And some more spinach, which doesn't seem to be doing as well as the other patch of spinach. We like spinach, so I planted a little bit extra just to fill up the space, and it doesn't seem to be doing as well. I don't know why. It's all the same seeds, but whatever, we'll take what we can get. And then next to it is my onions. Now, yeah, the onions aren't doing that great. The tops are nice, but the bulbs are small still. In the back there, we have some marigolds, and then we have some kale and purple spinach, which is really taken off. Those are seeds from last year's garden. And then my second planting of arugula seems to be taking, and we'll see how that comes along. I had to plant that twice, and I don't know what's going on with that. In the back was kohlrabi, and that doesn't seem to be doing anything, so that's a bare spot. I'm going to have to replant that. Here is the lettuce, and that is really coming in nice and lush. And we eat a lot of lettuce, a lot of salad during the summer months, so this will be greatly appreciated. Our beans are doing okay, I guess. I have never really had any great luck with beans, so we'll see how these ones go. And right next to the beans in the back here, we have peppers. I wanted to get a lot of peppers in because I wanted peppers and tomatoes. That's what I was really focusing on this year. Peppers and tomatoes. And these have really come in and taken off. There's other little things mixed in, like some lettuce. I guess the birds helped us spread things around. There's a couple of different things mixed in, but hopefully it will all be okay. But the peppers are really established themselves, and they're starting to take off in this warmer weather that we've had in the past couple of weeks. So hopefully they'll continue and give us nice peppers. Over here is the kohlrabi, which did come in, and I don't know why. It's the same seed as in front that didn't do as well. I guess depending on what the seed is, that it does well. And as you can see by the leaves, something is starting to eat at them. Probably those white moths that I see all over the place, those white butterflies. But I don't know what to do. I can't cover it. It's such a big area. I can't cover it. I don't know. So I guess I'm going to have to cross my fingers and hopefully they'll leave us some. But these are the peppers. And as you can see, more peppers over here. Like I said, I wanted to get as many peppers as I could. And this little baby I saw this morning when I was watering. My first pepper is on its way. It's pretty big. I could actually harvest that right now. My first jalapeno, which is great. Hopefully there'll be much more to come. So next to my peppers, there is some tomatoes, which are really doing good here in the corner. It's a nice sunny spot right now. It's shaded, but 9 times out of 10 or 9 hours out of 10, it's a really sunny spot. So they should do really well here in this corner of the garden. And then I planted more tomatoes. These ones were from seed, so these should be the size. These were from seed here, and these should be the size of these bigger ones here in about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks is when I fully planted the garden. So in 2 weeks, these will be the size of these ones, and hopefully we will have loads and loads and loads and loads of tomatoes. Yeah, because we really like tomatoes. We really like salad. So hopefully these will be the size of these in 2 weeks. And we'll have lots of tomatoes to do different things with and eat fresh. So this is my other little garlic patch. Yes, I know I need to weed. It's a constant game with these weeds. But this is garlic in here and my potatoes here, and they're doing really well as well. We planted some from our potato starts, and then we also plant some skins. So we'll see how that works out. My husband swears that skins are better than the potato seeds, but whatever. Or whatever. So we'll see, and we'll actually get that debate squashed either way by the end of this year, because this has been going on for quite some while. So as you can see, again, our leaves are being eaten up on the potatoes, but we'll get whatever is eating at these plants. Hopefully this is cabbage. It's not doing so well, but we hopefully will get a few out of here. I don't know if it doesn't like this spot or what. Here we have our broccoli and cauliflower, and that's doing pretty well this year, surprisingly, because in past years it really hasn't done that well for us. But we continue to plant it because we like to eat it. And then over here is more corn along the fence. And then I have more tomatoes that I planted from seed, and filling up the space. And then in front there's some more cabbage and also some kale. So we'll see how this comes in, and then if these bare spots in the next week or so don't fill up, I'll plant something else in it, probably more tomatoes. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just separate those ones out because they look kind of thick. And so this is my 2021 Victory Garden, and it's coming along quite nicely, if I do say so myself. So let me show you what has come along in the herb section so far. It isn't as great as I thought it was going to be, but you be the judge of that. So these are the herbs that used to be on the porch. I had to separate them because they weren't getting enough sun. These are the flowers. They were already coming in before we put them outside. I have some dill back here growing. And the other ones, as you can see, aren't doing that well. This is the strawberries. They're doing okay. Well, for the birds, they're doing okay. For the rest of us, not so much. I've gotten 2 out of it. Here's lettuce that I keep snipping off for lunches and salads and sandwiches. Chives. Basil's doing really well. Masculine's doing well. Lavender, it's about the same size. There's some more basil. Cilantro. Borage, this has been already harvested once and it's come back again. Here we have some flowers and some more herbs. And in this one, it was supposed to be lemon balm, the thing that everybody says is easy to grow. As you can see, it's not growing. Strawberries, 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 and strawberries. This has summer savory growing in it. Not supposed to be, but there's strawberries in there as well. And this one is strawberries. So that is the garden. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos.